right. If you were listening in very carefully and you were like, what the hell are those songs? The beginning was You Ought to Know from Alanis Morissette. An Australian band called Silverchair was thrown in there as well. Their next was called Tomorrow. There was also Nikki French's version of Total Eclipse of the Heart. Also mixed in there was Mariah Carey with Fantasy. And the last song, which is your favourite song, Bex, of all time, Alice. Who the fuck is Alice? From the Steppers. We've got a few more songs coming up from 1995, which we'll be talking about very, very soon. But now let's talk about the top 10 movies, shall we?
Rightio. Kicking it off at number 10 is a movie called Casino.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Brilliant. You can talk about it.
Have you not seen it?
No, I have seen it, but it was in such a long time.
It was like Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro? Is that the one? Because I get confused. And this,
yes,
is this one got Sharon Stone?
Yep.
Very, very cool. Very violent. Very. I remember one weekend, and I don't know why I didn't include The Godfather in this, but I watched like Casino. I watched. What was it? There was about 3 or 4 movies I watched that were all R18 movies that were all meant to be classics that I actually sat down and watched.
When did you do this?
I just didn't watch before I met you.
I was going to say, not when you were 10 years old, I hope.
No, that was when I was 11. God. When I first moved out, I think I watched it. I ended up watching Casino, and there was other movies that I can't remember right this second. But I just remember watching it, just going, God damn, Joe Pesci got a mouth on him.
Does he ever?
Yeah.
Hello.
And it's funny though, watching him in
Lethal
Weapon, yeah, where it's fuck this fucking shit, fuck it, motherfucker, they fuck you with the cell phones.
Okay.
Fuck you with the cell phones. Okay.
They are trying to.
And then you watch
fuck you.
And then you watch him in the fucking Home Alone movies, where he's like, and then you watch him with the Muppets, where he actually behind the scenes he tells all the kids to go away because he wanted to swear. So he ends up swearing around Elmo and all that stuff. Like full on proper, like once the kids are gone, he's like, fuck this shit. It's really funny. Number 9 is a movie they are remaking right this moment and will be released very soon, which I will go see. Jumanji. You know what? I don't think I want to see the remake. I do.
I love the original.
I do. Jack Black, Kevin Hart, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And also, her name was in my head just then, and then it's been gone. See ya. It's down the street now. Karen Gillan, I think it is. I could be wrong on that one. She's a chick from Doctor Who. One of the chicks from Doctor Who. And she was also the blue chick in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, right.
She's wearing incredibly short shorts, and she's got massive personality in the posters, so it looks fun. So it'd be something I want to go see.
I'm still not convinced. You're going to have to convince me better than that. But you know what?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Enough said. Done.
Nothing can beat Robin Williams. That was an amazing film.
Well, it's not a remake, or it's kind of like they said I think it's a reboot. Like the first movie happened, and this is like a follow-on from it kind of thing, but it's not a sequel. It's not a remake. It's a I think that's how they worded it, kind of thing. It's not a prequel.
It's like when they did Man of the House, and then they did Man of the House, where one Man of the House is Chevy Chase, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and Farrah Fawcett dealing with the stepfather scenario, and the other one is Tommy Lee Jones and a bunch of cheerleaders.
Except it's got nothing to do with that.
Precisely.
Because they're 2 totally different stories. This is still the same thing. They're still going to find a game. They're still going to roll it. They're still going to get caught up in it. It's kind of more along the lines of like Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Same idea, same theory. It's just one side of there. The other one's way down the line far enough that they're not really linked together.
And now I want to see those films.
Yeah, well, we've got them here. We should watch that.
Anyway,
so, tell me what number 8 is, Bex.
Number 8 is Apollo 13.
I have seen this.
This is a devastating film, obviously, because it is based on the true tragedy of Apollo 13. It was an amazing...
What do you mean tragedy? They got home?
People got very sick.
What
did I miss?
What Apollo 13 is a Houston, we have a problem. They're trying to land on the moon, but they can't get there, and then they've got to basically fix their ship with all the stuff and then send back. What?
Okay, well, it's only a tragedy today because Bill Paxton died a month ago.
Yes. That's the worst thing about it.
No, sorry, my bad. As it says here, sorry, I apologise, and I'm hoping we can cut this piece out.
No, we're leaving this in.
I was thinking of one of the Apollo missions prior to 13. I don't know why I thought...
Apollo 11 landed on the moon. Apollo 12 landed on the moon or circled the moon.
One of them blew up on takeoff.
That was Challenger. That was like...
No, there was a couple. There was another Apollo that blew up.
All right, well, yeah. Anyway, no, 13...
Why do you think they had 13 spaceships, darling? Why do you think it was number 13? Think about it.
I think we need to talk about this off the mic so it doesn't mean like I'm talking down to you. But let's just say, okay. Let's go with that.
Anyway, wonderful film. Absolutely love it. Tom Hanks, Bill Paxton.
Without looking, look back at me. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Who directed it? No, don't look.
I can't remember.
Ron Howard. Have a look. Ron Howard?
It did too.
There
It
you
did
go.
too.
Yep. Who ended up going on to do the Da Vinci Code and all that stuff. And
Which makes me laugh because he was that bloody redhead kid from
Happy Days.
Happy Days, yeah.
Yep. And now he's the bald dude that does directing of movies, which is great.
And produced an incredibly hot daughter called Bryce Dallas Howard.
Who was in Jurassic World.
Precisely.
It's called synergy. It's called linking together.
Right.
Speaking about really hot daughters.
Well, it was true once upon a time. Actually, some of them are pretty good looking still.
I have no idea how I was going to link that one back.
There's no way you can.
There's
no way.
No.
You're just gonna
Number
have to get on with
seven.
it.
Number 7. Alicia Silverstone in Clueless. She was hot. I guess I was trying to think in my head somehow making it that her dad produced a hot daughter, and I don't fucking know. She was hot.
That was a good brain fuck movie.
It was.
Really. It was one of those kind of movies that you can go to and you don't have to think about. You just sort of go.
Yep. And then
Sort of like
Iggy Azalea ripped it off for the fancy video.
Fucking
Yep.
Azalea. Yeah, I said it. I don't like Iggy Azalea. And what?
The amount of times I said fucking Azalea and not been talking about Iggy Azalea, but been talking about your mutt of a dog.
She's not a mutt.
She's a mutt.
She's not a mutt.
She's a mutt.
Your cat's a mutt.
Yep, she is, but your dog's a mutt.
No.
Oh, but anyway, so
But
Clueless
yes,
came in number.
Clueless.
Clueless was the number 6 movie
7.
for 1995. The number 6 movie,
It is one of your favourites, so you can talk
one
about
of my
it.
favorites of all time. I don't know why they're making a 4th, but yes, I do. Money. But the
Shit,
the
Disney's all
trilogy,
about money.
the trilogy finished it off perfectly. You didn't need to make a 4th one. It started with a groundbreaking first movie that came out in 1995, which is the title I'm about to say. Had a decent sequel, which was, some people say it's better than the first one. I say, yeah, it's all right. And then the third one, which just shits on your entire history. Like, it's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I love the third movie. Just at the end of it, I'm crying like a baby, and I don't care. I'm about to tear out right now. Think about that goddamn movie. It's Toy Story. Fuck Toy Story 3.
Do you know what?
Makes me sad.
Okay, so this is where I'm going to laugh.
I mean, Pixar, if you're listening and you want a voice, I'll fucking do it for you for free. It's fine.
Disney Pixar, thank you.
Disney Pixar, if you're listening, fuck, I'll do a voice for you for free.
So it's funny.
But-
It's funny because, as Gareth says, this is Toy Story that we're talking about. Came out in 1995.
It was the first full-length CGI animated movie.
Precisely, where Pocahontas was all hand drawn.
Yeah, and had a couple, like, at that point they had like a couple of CGI parts. Like Lion King had the CGI Stampede.
Yep.
There were-
Because fuck drawing that
Yeah,
shit.
they said the amount that took like most of the time to make. They basically, that was the first thing they started on. It was like one of the last things they finished, like just getting it right, because they had like deers running through each other, so they had to write in saying no, you can't do that. Had to stop and do this, and had all that kind of stuff. So that's how
Wildebeest.
Wildebeest. What did I say?
Deer.
Oh, whatever it is, the thing that killed Mufasa. Spoiler.
Scar.
Long live the king. This is not the 1994 podcast.
No,
we
it
can't
is
talk
not.
about it.
No, it is not.
No.
But the toys. But for those of you, I don't know if anybody else thinks the way that I do, but in my brain, I feel like Pocahontas came out 2 years earlier than it did, and Toy Story came out in a completely different time. Mm-hmm. But they did come out in the same year.
Same year.
Completely different types of films as well. Like you can attribute the Pocahontas films to prior to 1995, that old school hand drawn version.
Yep.
Whereas I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but Toy Story kind of reminds me of the more modern versions of the Disney films. Do you find that sometimes?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Right, so moving on, we have number 5, another one of Gareth's favourite films, Friday.
Damn!
You got knocked the fuck out!
What has happened to Chris Tucker? He should come back. I know he got ripped by the IRS and stuff and didn't pay his taxes. Or his accountant didn't pay his taxes. And he's done a couple of stand-up comedies and all that kind of stuff.
I think he's still back in it. He's
I think
still around.
he's getting back into it now, kind of thing.
Yeah, because he can't afford not to.
Yeah, well, that's not one of the things. Is he did say that his latest tour, he was going to call it the Making Money for IRS tour or something, or the IRS.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he owes like a fuck ton in back taxes. So basically, all the money he raised from it was going to them. To be like, sorry, but yeah, it's quite quite a funny story, that one. But yeah, no, he's a funny guy, and this basically got him in front of everyone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When did Fifth Element come out? That must have been around this time too. Was that 98?
That wasn't on the list.
No? All right, then fine. Sorry, I just had a mind blank.
Find out, though. You can read the next one.
All right. So number 4 is the... What? Really?
Yeah, really.
They did a movie back... Was this like the first movie back then, or...?
Yeah.
Okay. So they've got a remake version of it now, which is just called Power Rangers. So I realise you don't walk in saying, can I see the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? It's just Power Rangers.
Yeah.
But this is the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, I guess, with the original TV cast, which was shot in New Zealand.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stop you there for a sec.
What's
what
up?
film was I looking for again?
Fifth Element.
Thank you.
So Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I remember this being banned in our school because people were beating each other up over it. It was funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, not funny, watching people getting beaten up.
Well,
but
I mean, I vaguely remember prior to, it was 97.
97, all right.
Prior to the, this is before, obviously, the, what is it? Damn it, to heck, my brain has just gone, nope.
I think I know what you're meaning, but I'm just waiting to see you struggle and die, basically. That's all I'm doing. That's what I'm
The
here for.
anime cartoons that were really, really popular when we were...
Captain Planet?
No.
Well, then I'm
talking Goku and... What was that?
Oh, that was Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, like Dragon Ball Z and before Pokemon, before that stuff came out. Yeah.
Samurai Pizza Cats.
No, Samurai Pizza Cats, I do!
I think I have a new topic now for an upcoming...
Yeah, we're going to have to do TV shows at some stage.
Yep.
Yeah. But like...
Morning cartoons,
But before
damn.
parents were told not to let their kids bring their trading cards and to remind them not to fight like the characters from their favourite anime cartoons. We had the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I was addicted. I was living in Ashburton at the time, and my mum and dad, I would get I would crack the shits if I missed the TV show. Did you ever?
No, but when I watched it, I kind of was like, yeah, I need to fight. Do you know the story about that? How they made it? This is most people know this. If not, then I'm just a complete and utter nerd. So the people in America, basically, it's based on a Japanese TV show. I know, really? What? But what they did was that they brought the rights to the Japanese show, which involved people fighting.
Yeah.
And so basically all they did was they grabbed the footage of the people fighting and then wrote episodes around that, then filmed the parts to make it that kind of make sense.
Oh, okay.
So they basically had these fighting scenes and went, cool, how are we going to make this into a
TV show?
Into a TV show. And then they got the American kids to come in and do their acting, and then they just copy-pasted all that kind of stuff in. Which is why if you watch the first series or stuff like that, the Yellow Ranger is actually a dude. In the fighting scene,
she became a girl.
No. She's a girl. She's a girl normally, but when she's fighting, she's a guy. That's why the pink one's the only one with the dress.
Yeah.
The yellow one, if you look lower, you can actually see his sword.
His sword, huh?
It's a Zord. I just tried to make it sword. Yeah, you can actually see that it's a guy.
Wow.
So yeah, because that's what they had, and then they went back from it and went from there, and it became hugely popular and everything.
That's crazy.
So Samurai Pizza Cats. No, I know what I'm going to watch when I get off this. I'm just fucking going to watch that because that's another movie that they did that.
You make me laugh.
TV show they did that. They just went cool, sweet, and they just had the cartoon and just redubbed it all over. That's why none of it makes sense.
Oh my god.
The Samurai Pizza Cats anyway. That's why I love them. All right.
I love the Samurai Pizza Cats.
Before we kick into number 3, 2, and 1, otherwise known as the top 3.
Yep.
We're going to play 4 more songs from the list of songs from 1995 that I have here. Okay?
Nice.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.